Hukanus was. And then he says, even if he built Rabbi Eliezer ben Hukanus on the other side with all the sages, Rabbi Eliezer ben Arach will be greater than all the sages. That's how great Rabbi Eliezer ben Arach was. Nonetheless, we know why was Rabbi Eliezer ben Hukanus so great. We know that his father was Hukanus, and the Gemara tells us that Rabbi Eliezer used to have to work. He used to work for his father, and he gave each of his sons a field to go work on and to make money from. So he would visit his son, Rabbi Eliezer, and he saw him that he wasn't working, he was crying. He says, "Why are you crying?" He says, "It's too hard. This field is rock hard. To plow this field, to do pachatza here is unbelievably hard." So he said, "No, listen, I'll give you an easier field." He gave him an easier field, and still, he was crying. He says, "Why are you crying?" He says, "I want to go learn Torah." He says, "Learn Torah? What is that? What are you talking about? Wake up, Davai Rabot, you have to make money. What are you crying about learning Torah? What is it? What nonsense did you get into your head?" So therefore, he cried until Eliyahu Navi came to him, to Rabbi Elazar, before he was Rabbi Elazar. And he said to him, "You want to learn Torah? Go to the yeshiva of Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai in Yerushalayim." He packed up his bags and he left Ushol to Yerushalayim. He came there. He didn't eat a few days. He asked Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai, "Can I learn the yeshiva?" He said to him, "Yes, come, I'll take care of you." Fed him. He said, "What do you know?" He said, "No, I say Shema, you know how to say Birkat Hamazon." He said, "I don't even know how to do that." He didn't know anything. So he started at the beginning. He learned halachot with him every single day. He started teaching him how to read, slowly. He became Rabbi Eliezer ben Urkunus. Then one day Urkunus came to Yerushalayim. They made a big asifa, big gathering. And they gave Eliezer ben Urkunus to speak. And Urkunus was sitting on the dais. He was one of the Gevirim over there sitting. And he sees, wow, this rabbi says beautiful Chidushim. Everybody listened to him. He said Chidushim nobody ever heard. He says, "Who is this?" This is Rabbi Eliezer ben Urkunus. This is your son. He says, "This is my son?" He says, "Wow, unbelievable. Before I used to want to write him off from my inheritance, not to give him anything. Now I want to give everything to him. How beautiful that I saw my son turn out like this." So therefore, a person has to know that even though a lot of people, they might not want to send the kids to yeshiva, they might not want their kids to go and learn full time. They want them to rabota. In the end, the one who gives them the most nahat is the one who went to go and learn Torah. In the end, they were so excited, so happy to see how their kids turned out. But still, greater than that is Eliezer ben Arach. Eliezer ben Arach was greater than Eliezer ben Hukanus. Yet, the Gemara tells us Eliezer ben Arach, in the end of his days, he did not know any more Torah. He was greater than all the sages that forgot all of his Torah. Why? Because the Gemara says that he went out to a resort town to go get some break, to go get some vacation. It was nice with the hot springs, and it was by the shore. And it was nice weather, tropical climate, and he wanted to come back to Bavel. And his wife told him, "No, we should stay. Why should you go back?" He said to her, "What do you mean, my students, my Torah learning?" He said, "Listen, who goes to who? The mouse or the cheese? The mouse goes to the cheese, or the cheese goes to the mouse? You're the cheese. Let the mouse come to you. Let your students come to you. If they need you, you don't need them." He listened to his wife. He ended up staying there. He ended up dwindling in his Torah learning. He went down spiritually. He came back to Bavel many years later. They gave him Aliyat Torah. He read the Parsha. Achodesh Hazeh Lechem. He read it. Acheresh Haya Libam. Instead of "this month is for you," their hearts were mute. He misread the Hebrew letters. He even forgot how to read the Hebrew letters. Therefore, he was the greatest sage, greater than everybody else. The Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai said. He testifies, "He's my greatest student." Because he did not have constant Torah learning day in, day out, he dwindled to the point where he forgot how to read the Hebrew letters. Therefore, a person has to be very careful. He says that you have to learn from Eliezer ben Arach, the daily study. Says Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai, what is the right way that a person is? What is the proper path a person should cling to? What is the one great attribute of midot that everybody should try to become an expert in? Says the Gemara, it says in Pirkei Avot, Eliezer says, Ain tova, good eye. Rabbi Yeshua says, Haver tov, be a good friend, and have a good friend. Rabbi Yossi omer, Shachen tov. Rabbi Yossi says, be a good chamsoyeh. Rabbi Shimon omer, roet hanolad, the attribute of seeing the future, thinking ahead of time, thinking 2 steps ahead. Rabbi Elazar omer, lev tov. Rabbi Elazar ben Arach said, having a good heart. You have to give a good heart. That is the most important thing. So you see those guys, those old school guys who says, "Rabbi, do we kill? Do we steal? I have a good heart. I love HaKadosh Baruch Hu in my heart. I love God. I'm a good man." That's it. Even though I don't do mitzvot, it's good enough. I have a good heart. We know the famous story we said, where the tzaddik, the rabbi, he came in rabbi of the community. He saw nobody does mitzvot. And he said to them, "Why you guys don't do mitzvot?" He said, "Rabbi, we have good heart. Do we kill? Do we steal? This is good. Hashem is happy with this. First you have to be Odam, and then you could do Torah." So then what happened? He said he had to give them Musar. Next day he came, he was crying and crying. He said, "Rabotai, why are you crying? Rabbi, why are you crying?" He said, "Rabotai, big tzaddik passed away." He said, "Really? Who? Come, we must go Levaya. How shame on you, you don't know who this rabbi is." He took them to Levaya. He goes to some farm, and he sees 2 farmers burying somebody. And they said, what is this? This is the Levaya, such a tzaddik nistar, hidden tzaddik. Nobody knows who they're burying. Nobody's in the Levaya. We came big mitzvah. They come and they say to the farmer, excuse me, who are we burying? He says, who are we burying? My guspan died. My lamb died. That's what we're burying, my lamb. He said, Rabbi, why you bring us all the way here to some lamb's funeral? He said, listen, did the lamb kill? Did the lamb steal? He had a good heart. He's a big tzaddik according to your words. So we came to a big tzaddik's levaya. He said, Rabbi, kibalno. Rabbi, we understand now the musar you gave us. What's so special? You didn't kill, you didn't steal. Yeah, lamb, animal. It doesn't do that also. What's special is you work on yourself. You push yourself what's hard for you. And then you do the mitzvot because Hashem said so, even though you might want to do something else. That's special. That's what it means to have a good heart. And therefore, we should all learn from Lezben Arach to have a good heart. And